This video is to show how I select where the very first row is going to start. I have 2 rows and they are nested, which means the upper portion of my first row, I'm going to want that to quilt up into the batting area because I don't want empty space up at the top of my quilt. I'm going to want that above the top edge. If you look closely, these little grid lines represent 1 square inch. So for my particular pattern here, I can tell that roughly 1, 2, 3 inches below the top of my quilt, that's where I'm going to want the stitching to start. So I move my needle to where it is going to start at the 3-inch mark, 3 inches down from the top of my quilt edge, and select that as being my starting point, and then trace to make sure. And on this particular pattern, when it gets to right there, then I'm going to know that that's where I want the stitching to be at the top. So there it is, right there at the top of my quilt. I'm going to stop it. So that's how I tell where to start that first row. You're going to look at your whatever design and decide, does part of it need to be above your quilt top into your batting area, or maybe your design is straight across. But what you will look at is your starting point, and then counting each little block to be 1 inch. How far below do you want this starting point to be from the top edge of your quilt? And then that's how you determine where you want to set the row placement for your first row.